Okay.
Yay, Baba, everyone. Welcome to our celebration for Bill LePage. Baba's amazingly strong soul that we all had the opportunity to spend some time with in all his authentic wonder. So, without any further ado, I'm going to ask Joe DiSabatino. He's got a bio that he'd like to do for us about Bill LePage. So, take it away.
All right, good. Am I on screen share? Did you do that?
I can, yes, you should be your co-host.
Yeah. Okay, co-host. That's what I meant. Co-host. Great. All right, thanks. So I want to do a bio in a different kind of way. In 2016, for Bill's 92nd birthday celebration here in Myrtle Beach, he was here. I had read his autobiography, The Turning of the Key. I don't know if you may be familiar with that. And what I did is I wrote, I took his whole life and I turned it into a poem, a spoken word poem, and I memorized it and performed it. So here it is. All right. So, and wait a minute, let me do a screen share. Sorry. Screen share. Forget that. So you can follow along. Can you see that? Can everybody see the poem?
Yes, dear, we can see it.
Okay,
Thanks.
all right, here we go. For Bill, this is for his 92nd birthday, but this is for his today's celebration. How does such a rare soul get such an ordinary name like Bill? Incarnate in Melbourne, get born in Australia in 1924, grow up and have the thrill to walk through the door of the God-man's abode. Tell me, what good deeds had he sowed to sit with the Christ, gaze into his eyes, and when he comes to Sydney, be the avatar's chauffeur? Bill worked harder, was never a loafer. And when his beloved passes, he picks up his pen and writes volumes about those days. He travels the world singing his master's praise. And even at 92, he says he's got much more beloved's work he still wants to do. Phew! What's his name, man? Baba's lad, Bill. Baba's good old Billy boy. Long live Bill. His father, a salesman, on the road quite a bit. His mother, a homemaker, dressmaker, a solid working class family. Not a whole lot to show for it. At age 14, he stops going to church, sees through the rituals, the dry bones, homilies. He starts his search. He flirts with Lenin and Marx and other social revolutionaries. But Bill's too astute and soon sees they're lacking the spark. They're heartless reactionaries. He wants something deeper. He wants to feed his soul. He can't put his finger on it. He knows there's something more. So at 17 in 1941, he decides to serve in the coming World War. He joins the Army, the Aussie Medical Corps. But it doesn't take him long to know that's not his calling. Perhaps it's in the sky where he'll find what he's searching for. He starts to fly. He earns his wings in the Australian Air Force. And of course, his youthful ideals soon come crashing through the ground. He takes a deep breath. He takes a look around. Time for Bill to turn a brand new page. Mr. LePage now decides to study psychology, enrolls at the local college where he starts to turn inward, where he hopes to find the answers in book knowledge. But there's something buried deep in Bill's cellular biology that won't stick with anything unless it's the ultimate reality. Now, it's not long before he stumbles onto the Sufis and their head, Baron von Frankenberg, a man he gives some cred, who starts to bring to life the lofty words that Bill's already read and points him in the direction of a certain Indian master. Now his soul train is picking up speed. It's moving a whole lot faster. At a Sufi meeting, someone hands him a book. He stares at the cover. Before he starts to read, a voice inside whispers, "Hey, look, your search is over. The turning of the key." Mayor Baba's discourses start to tame his restless horses. Yes, he stares at the cover, and now he knows it's all a game between the beloved and his lover for all eternity. What's his name, man? Baba's lad, Bill. Baba's good old Billy boy. Long live Bill. Now Bill's on a roll with these Sufi gatherings. He meets his wife Joan and the poet Brabazon, two people with whom he builds a life and a home. Yes, that's our brother that Baba's Nazar's on. Now this man is intent to serve his beloved well. He installs poor Joan and the kids in a beat-up old tent, while Francis and Bill quarry Mayor House from stone. Just outside of Sydney on Beacon Hill, they're building Baba's throne, which the beloved tells him later never to sell. If you have to, sell a kidney, but never Mayor House. Stick with me in heaven or in hell. Now it's September 54. Look up in the sky again. There's Bill flying high again, this time over the Indian Ocean. Not for war, but for love, his heartstrings set in motion. Look at the sparkle in his eyes as he anticipates meeting his beloved for the first time face to face. Imagine that. Just 3 Australian lovers for those 3 incredible weeks. Francis, John, and Bill. 3 wise men from the land down under. It makes you wonder, why them? It must have been Baba's will. August 2016, Bill's 92nd. It's been 60 years now, nearly to the day. August 9th, 1956, his memories never wane. Look, there's Baba stepping off the plane and into the lives of his Australian lovers. What a treat. And look again, there's our Bill right in the midst of it, driving his beloved who's in the front seat. Baba gestures, you're a good driver, but don't look at me. Keep your eyes on the road. Bill tries to obey, but his heart has overflowed. He can't believe his good luck. Now it's the spring of 58 as the Aussie lovers furiously construct Avatar's abode in just 3 crazy months. Bill on weekends gladly carrying his load. They finish just in time for the big event, Baba's second trip, though this time his suffering is much more evident. Bill writes and publishes 75,000 pamphlets about his beloved, 35,000 of which he delivers on foot with no fanfare. With that kind of endurance, he could have been a door-to-door vacuum cleaner salesman, multimillionaire. Baba once said, in Australia, I love Francis the most and Bill the second most. Perhaps LePage embodies the old Avis rental car slogan, we're number 2, we try harder. Number 2 or not, like Avis, this man Bill sure knows what a slave is. His life in the world goes on. It's not always smooth. He and Joan part ways. Sometimes you gotta lose the broken heart. But Baba soon sends him another fine woman, Diana, the artist, who really meant till death do we part. Fast forward now to February 67. There's Bill sitting comfortably in Mandalay Hall. Baba paces the room for exercise before sitting. It must have felt like heaven. There's Erich and Francis, Mirwan, Bao, Pendu, Alaba, Kaka, and Beidel. Baba gestures. Bill seems just like one of the Mandalay. And he might also about it, my Bill's really a jewel. For 14 wonder-struck days at Meherazad, Baba's lad Bill gets to rehearse a role he could very well inherit in 700 years when his beloved returns, a job he's earned on merit. Maybe he'll no longer seem just like, but actually be a Mandalay. So what else is there to say except fondly, say, man, what's his name again? I'm saying that's Baba's lad Bill, Baba's good old Billy boy. Long live Bill. Jai Baba. All right.
Joe, that was just amazing. Jay,
Bill, for a couple of weeks after that, every time Bill saw me, he was amazed that I could memorize all that word for word. And he didn't say anything about the poem. He was just really impressed that I memorized it.
well, it is pretty astounding, both of them. Thank you so much. There, Bob. Well, Miss Bobby's here, and if she would be willing, we've got a song or two from her.
Oh, wow, that was so wonderful. And I heard it the first time, but yeah, just brilliant. Thanks, Joe. Jai Baba. I'd like to just give a little background before I sing these 2 songs. And just want to say that, of course, Bill and Diana came to the center here in Myrtle Beach, stayed here for 16 years. And so we were very fortunate to get to know them and hear Bill's talks and just hang around with them. And so anyway, the final year where they decided they couldn't come back, I think it was for health reasons, his health reasons. So Diana said, come on, you all guys, come to our next anniversary. So I did, went to Australia for the first time. I just want to say that just landing on that at the Avatars of Boat and their home turf and seeing Diana walking around and greeting her, and then Bill, that was like one of the highlights of my Baba life. It was just so wonderful. So here back in Myrtle Beach, we have these serenity meetings. And so the Katzes would make sure to try to Skype with them as much as we could. So last year, I think Bill was only 97 at that time. And David asked him, do you have any words of wisdom for us in all those many, many years with Baba? And he said 4 words. Oh no, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 words. Starve the mind, feed the heart. And so anyway, this song is based on that. It's called Words of Wisdom. And also the next song, and this one too, is Bill used to always say, take Baba's name. Just think of him and take Baba's name. Oh, anyway. Said the elder, a devoted lover of God, since you asked, it all comes down to this. Starve the mind, feed the heart. I think this might lead to serious bliss. But what do these words of wisdom really mean? And just how and where do I start? My mind is full of thoughts, overwhelmed by the world, with little space left for stuff of the heart. Wait, this dear one has already given a key to feeding the heart and starving the mind. He has said, think of Baba, repeat his name. Yes, remembering the beloved leaves thoughts behind. Starve the mind, feed the heart, advice so basic and true. Think of the beloved, repeat his name, perfect words for me and you. Starve the mind, feed the heart, advice so basic and true. Think of the beloved, repeat his name, perfect words for me and you. I want to keep changing my life's direction from Maya's clouds through love's bright rays. Starving my mind and feeding my heart changes fears and complaints to joy and praise. Starve the mind, feed the heart, advice so basic and true. Think of the beloved, repeat his name, perfect words for me and you. Ba 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 ba, the perfect word for me and you. Jai Baba. So that was written in 2022. And this next one started in 2016. I keep working on it. This is called Baba's Name, a Ditty. Bill LePage often told us, take Baba's name day, night, and day. So breathe Baba in and out. First it's work, but soon it's play. Oh, Meher Baba, What more can I do? Repeating your name constantly will deepen my love for you. Ba 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 ba. Problems can feel overwhelming when we try to fight fire with fire. Remembering to take Meher Baba's name will free us from the muck and the mire. Oh, Meher Baba, what more can I do? Repeating your name constantly will deepen my love for you. Ba 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 ba. Our thoughts can make us crazy, quite glum or just plain mad. Saying his name over and over again brings relief from everything bad. Oh, Meher Baba, what more can I do? Repeating your name constantly will deepen my love for you. Ba 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 ba. Meher Baba compared this practice to wearing a mosquito net. Thoughts can buzz and buzz around us, but to our skin they cannot get. Oh, Meher Baba, what more can I do? Repeating your name constantly will deepen my love for you. Ba 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 ba. The more we say the name Baba, we then feel his love so strong. That's how we wake him up in our hearts, where he was sleeping all along. Ba 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 ba. Repeating your name constantly will deepen my love for you. Will deepen my love for you. Will deepen my love for you. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. Jai Baba. Thank you, Bobby. Wonderful. We have a video. So if you want to go ahead and take it away again, Joe.
All right. So the following year for Bill's 93rd birthday celebration here in Myrtle Beach, several of us made a video for him. And so Kate Brown, Ravi, Alori, Rosalie Dumfrey, Rodney from Australia, who was here, Gabe Wood and Peter Goodman and I, we just took a camera. We went to Barefoot Landing, which is a tourist place with stores on the water here. And we just went up to people and asked them if they'd be willing to say happy birthday to Bill, total strangers. That was some of what we did, and we did other things. So here's the video, and then we showed it to Bill at the party, and he really liked it. So here's the video. It's 14 minutes long. So it's kind of wacky, but there you go. Can you all see that?
Yes, we can.
Good.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear. Happy birthday to you.
Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, will come a waltzing Matilda with me. He sang as he watched and waited for his Billy Boy. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda. You'll come and waltzing Matilda with me. He sang as he watched and he waited for his little while. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me.
Hey, fellas, how you doing today? Did you know it's Bill LePage's 93rd birthday? You know Bill? All right.
Happy birthday, Bill.
Happy birthday,
Bill. Do you know it's Bill LePage's 93rd birthday? Of course!
Happy birthday, Bill! Yay! Happy birthday, Bill!
Holy cow! Did you know it's Bill LePage's 93rd birthday?
Bill LePage's birthday?
Yeah! С днем рождения, Билл!
G'day. Bill LePage is my next door neighbour up at Avatar's Abode. He and his Mrs. Diana head up at Sparrow's Fart to Barbara's house. There are no wild parties, no drinking of the amber fluid. I thought he might need a drink to put up with all the drongos, Sheilas and blokes up at Avatar's Abode.
С днем рождения!
Get him on here, we'll let him jump for free.
Okay.
If he can get up here.
He's gonna be 93.
He is 93. You can say no?
You can say happy birthday, Bill.
Alright. Happy birthday, Bill. Yeah, I'm so happy I'm jumping for you. Yeah, Bill.
Oh, God. Wow, Bill. This hot sauce is almost as hot as you are at 93.
Hey! Hey, it's Bill LePage's 93rd birthday! Oh, yeah! Happy birthday, Bill!
Doğum günün kutlu olsun. Ben Türkiye'den Seda.
Oh, that was.
Hey Bill, don't let your 93rd birthday turn into a lemon. Make it into lemonade.
How you doing? Happy birthday. Here from Myrtle Beach. My name's Jonathan. God bless.
He goes to Yankee Land and mixes with all the septics. They love his talks about Barbara over there.
Cool. We're cooling for your birthday, Bill. Happy birthday. Cool.
Happy birthday, Bill! Happy birthday, Bill! Happy birthday, Bill!
Cool.
We want to wish you happy birthday too, Bill. We flew a very long ways to get here to wish you happy birthday. Cool birthday. Have a cool birthday. Have a cool birthday.
Bill, I don't care who knows it. I fudge and love you. You're so sweet.
Hey, Bill, this is Mike from security. Happy birthday.
Waltzing Matilda, we'll go waltzing Matilda with me. He sang as he watched and waited for his Billy Boy. He'll go waltzing Matilda with me.
Yeah.
No time to throw in the towel just yet. You're gonna be 93 years old. Happy birthday, Bill.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
You are our hero, Bill. Happy birthday.
I'm loving it. Sé que te mueres por mi cuerpo de alambre. Y es que nunca cocino, nunca tengo hambre. I'm loving it. Correr salvajemente, comportarme como un loco. Fíjate en mí, como yo hay poco. I'm loving it. Yo encajo bien los golpes. Sigo mi instinto y voy rompiendo moldes. I'm loving it.
We're loving him. 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 Ba 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 ba. Happy birthday, Bill, at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Hello. Hey Bill, it's Betrayer.
And I'm Sada, and we're here in Myrtle Beach, and just finished this saying we wanted to say happy birthday.
We're here.
And you might notice his accent.
I'm from Australia, so I know you're an awesome person from Australia, and we went to the Mir Baba Centre. It's really beautiful, and so many blessings from your teacher on your birthday, and you have a wonderful day and time in Myrtle Beach. Is getting on, but until he kicks the bucket, we like to wish him a happy birthday. Good on you, Bill. Good on you, mate. Hooroo! Did you know it's Bill LePage's 94th birthday?
Of course! Happy birthday! Happy birthday, Bill! Happy birthday!
94th birthday?
Bill! Happy birthday!
Did you know it's Bill LePage's 94th birthday?
Of
course! Everybody knows that.
Say happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday, Bill!
Happy birthday!
Greetings from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. This is Kate. This is Kaman from Jamaica. Hey, did you know today is Bill LePage's birthday?
Really?
Yes.
Happy birthday, Bill.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Bill. All the way from Jamaica.
Did you know it's Bill LePage's 94th birthday?
Happy birthday, Bill.
Did you know it's Bill LePage's 94th birthday?
Bill? Of course. Everybody knows Bill.
Let's sing happy birthday.
Absolutely. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bill. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, it's Bill LePage's birthday. Of course I know Bill. ¡A wonderful time! ¡Feliz cumpleaños, amigo! Alright, thank you.
Here we are today, we're in Turkey. This is Oscar, where he makes these beautiful hands. And did you know today is Bill LePage's birthday?
Of course. Happy birthday, Billy. Now it's Bill's 94th birthday.
Yeah, of course. Happy birthday, Bill. Wszystko najlepsze, Bill.
King Arthur, what is his fortune for his birthday?
King Arthur here, with a bit of wisdom especially for you. A closed mouth gathers no foot. 'Tis true, my friend. Better to say little than to say too much and regret it. Listen to the king's word and be all the wiser.
Happy birthday, dear Bill. Happy birthday, dear Bill. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, dear Bill.
Birthday, Bill. Even though you're 94, you're not old enough to be prehistoric with this fella. You got a few more years to go.
Hey, how are you guys doing today? Did you know that it's Bill LePage's birthday?
Oh my goodness, Bill! Hi, Bill! How are you? Happy birthday! It's been a while! Happy birthday, Bill! Happy 94!
Did you know it's Bill LePage's birthday? Yeah, happy birthday, Bill!
Hi, Bill. Bill LePage, happy birthday. I'm sitting here at the wishing well with a magic penny, and I'm going to make you a wish. Many, many more. Here we go. Whoop, here it goes. J Baba.
Happy Bill LePage's birthday today?
Yeah, I know today.
Yes. Happy birthday,
Happy
Bill.
birthday, Bill.
Happy
Much peace, love, and light to you, Bill. 94 years of bliss.
Beautiful.
LePage's 94th birthday?
Oh, no.
Bill, the world is turned upside down. Can you give us a barber quote? Bill, this hotel in Myrtle Beach was built in 1901. This is the oldest hotel that we can find a photograph that's older than you are. Built in Myrtle Beach in 1901.
So, hey Bill, before you sail away to Australia, we wanted to celebrate your birthday with a big bang and fabulous fireworks. So all these, we are all waiting here eagerly for fireworks to begin. in a moment. So over that lake, near the carousel, fibers will be coming, and most of these people don't even know that they are participating in your birthday celebrations.
Hey, hi, Bill. Everybody's over the moon for your birthday.
Happy birthday to you, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Amani. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy'miz yani burada bugün arkadaşın doğum günü kutlamakta toplamış bulunmaktayız. Happy birthday. Bu da happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you, Avatar Meher Baba Baba. Happy birthday to you, Avatar Meher Baba. Happy birthday to you, Avatar Meher Baba Baba. Happy birthday to you, Avatar Meher Baba. Lovely Meher name you was, lovely Meher form you was, lovely Meher name you was, lovely Meher form you was. Jai Baba, Jai Meher, Jai Baba, Jai Meher, Jai Baba, Jai Meher, Jai Baba, Jai Meher.
All right.
Superbly clever, Joe. Oh my gosh. I love it every time I see it.
Amazing. Wow. Beautiful.
No, really like that.
Thank you, Joe. That was fantastic. It lifted my heart. And Bobby also reminded me that actually in Australia today is Bill's birthday. Is that right, Bob?
All right.
Yeah, I know. Could it be any better? Celebrating.
Peter got mixed up. He started saying 94th birthday to people, but it didn't matter. It was really his 93rd.
I wondered. He aged so quickly there that it just I couldn't. It was great. I don't know if anybody is interested in sharing a little bit of memories about our Billy Boy now, or I can tell you this. I was so taken. I had the opportunity, thanks to Elizabeth, to actually go and see the Australian memorial that they did of Bill. And Diana got up and somebody reminded her and said, tell them about, not sleeping together. And she said, oh, okay. And she said, Bill would be just taking Baba's name out loud. Meher Baba, Meher Baba. And she said to him, oh, it wasn't like that. She said to him, Bill, are you in pain? physical pain? And he said, no, no, no. And she said, well, are you in emotional pain? And he said, no. And she said, well, why are you saying Baba's name like that? Why do you continue to do that? And he said, because it feels good. Well, that certainly has lit me up. I just am so grateful once more to Bill LePage because it feels good. And ever since it has felt good. So I just want to say, all right, Elizabeth, you have your hand up. Jai Baba.
So I also watched that the live video. I missed the first 20 minutes, but Diana was also talking. And what I found amazing was Bill's proposal of marriage to her. And she was talking about how it was the most unusual proposal because he said, will you be my partner in service to Meher Baba? That was the proposal. It was amazing to me, that dedication. I mean, the whole thing about Bill that came through was his absolute focus and total dedication and superb humility. Talk about self-effacement, my goodness. And just, having been to some of his events, his stories at the Meher Spiritual Center in the kitchen, in the old kitchen, the original kitchen, they were so terrific. I mean, such a great storyteller and funny, and I mean, he was just a lovable soul. I didn't really know him that well, except through those just times that I'm glad I got to be there and hear his stories. I heard them a few times, not many, but oh, brother, wow. And then of course, you learn so much more when you listen to their whole life stories, and I didn't realize he had helped build Meher House and that he brought his family along to live in a tent while that happened. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Anyway, what a beautiful soul. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba, Elizabeth. Marion, actually, or Jim. Oh, Jim. Thank you, Jim. I have Jim's slideshow that he was kind enough to share for today. I'll show that in a little bit. But he also mentions that the memorial is still available on YouTube. So you can go and look at the whole memorial. And it was something. I know Wendy and Buzz shared. And after Buzz's share, my husband had to walk away, go into another room and process what he heard. It was just so beautiful and such a tribute to the work, the internal work that Buzz had sensed in Bill or talked to Bill about. And that was pretty incredible too. But he was about his father's business. That's what I got from everything that I saw. He was about Baba's business the whole time. So I just wonder, has anybody got anything else they'd like to bring forth? Share a little bit?
I'll add in there for a little bit. Bill was just such a treat. He would always be so special, and the whole family absolutely adored him, our family. And we were extremely thankful that he married Diana, because it made Diana's life pure heaven. And it was just wonderful. She was so blessed by being with Bill, and they had such a wonderful time together. It was just absolutely fabulous. He really loved the Myrtle Beach community and with Diana, and it was really special because he would always come back and tell, he'd come and see us each time on going to Myrtle Beach back and forth, and he would always be telling us how much enjoyment they were receiving from all the people there and how special it was. And I just knew that they had really bonded, with Myrtle Beach, and it was really special, and they just adored it. And it was all the people there, really, really fabulous. And one of my favorite things one of the last things that happened was my sister Janie, who's a doctor, and her husband's a doctor, and so they'd keep in constant touch with Bill and Diana and on how Bill was doing. And one day Diana said to my sister right before he passed away, he said, Bill looked at me today and he said, I know I'm supposed to die, but I just don't feel like it. And that was so much Bill, just to have that, Bill had that such a wonderful sense of humor. You could always almost hear him laugh after he would say something. It's just always really special. But anyway, we all adore Bill and just and the whole family, and just really thankful that Diana has become part of the LePage family over there, and they're all so special, and it's really wonderful. But and I just I'm really happy that that people are going all the time over there and still spending lots of time, with Diana, and Bill will always be there. It's just really special. That's great. But and thank you for having this today. Yeah, really appreciate it. Good.
Charlie, that was wonderful. Thank you.
Good.
Yeah, Che Baba. Well, I'm looking to see if anybody else has something they'd like to offer. All right. Well, I can show, I have a video here that Jim Frasino made, and it's not a video, it's a slideshow that was used in the memorial, which kind of walks through Bill's life with Mayor Baba. So I might just bring that up, and we can take a look at that for a minute.
I looked for the link and couldn't find it. If somebody has it, maybe they can put it in.
I have it all right.
Okay, good.
Yeah, thanks, honey. Che Baba. I think this is it.
There's someone at the door, Lord, knocking at your door, Lord. Open up the door, oh Lord. Open up the door. Oh, open up the door, Lord. Open up the door. I can't stand anymore, Lord. Open up the door.
Face I adore, Lord. Your glance I implore, Lord. I don't ask for more, oh Lord. Open up the door.
Oh, open up the door, Lord. Open up the door. I can't stand anymore, Lord. Open up the door.
I don't need to soar, Lord, to plains above the shore, Lord. Just drown me in the cold, Lord. Open up the door.
Oh, open up the door, Lord. Open up the door. I can't stand anymore, Lord. Open up the door. To your king restore, Lord. Tears of pearls I bore, Lord. My rosary has more, oh Lord. Open up the door. Oh, open up the door, Lord. Open up the door. I can't stand anymore, Lord.
This world is filled with fire and fury. Storms of ages roar. But there's a mystery behind the story the heart cannot ignore. My world's been broken by you, and I've gone under. What else can I do? Oh, surrender. There was once a field of my own planting, ready to be reaped. But now that garden so enchanting has become ashes at your feet. Should I be running from you? I have no answers. What else can I do? Oh, surrender. I must do my best to lay it down and let my Father take over. I must do my best to lay it down and let my Father take over. If the hopes and schemes of my imagination had all come true, would I be even one step closer to the sight of you? You tear down the false around you, so truth can be heard. What else can I do? Oh, surrender. I must do my best to lay it down and let my Father take over. I must do my best to lay it down and let my Father take over. And he comes to turn the heat up higher, though the journey may be far. We have the chance to dance in the fire of the Avatar. You take the pain of the world upon you for just one word. What else can I do? Oh, surrender. I must do my best to lay it down and let my Father take over. I must do my best to lay it down and let my Father take over. You take the pain of the world upon you for just one word. What else can we do? Oh, surrender. I must do my best to lay it down and let my Father take over. I must do my best to lay it down and let my Father take over.
Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai. This great soul was seeking and was caught by the beloved, no question. Just looking at his face and seeing all the love and joy, it just felt like he he was caught. Well, I don't know if anybody else has anything to add. And Jim, I just want to thank you for that beautiful, beautiful slideshow. Yeah, Jeff. Jai Baba.
Hey, Baba. About 5 or 6 years ago, I spent a few days with Bill LePage at Daphne and at the Clients in the Pines up in their home in New Hampshire. And he was the person that was the person of persons. And well, what we just saw in this exquisite portrayal of Bill's life, from the moment I saw him, he had this exquisite presence. He had Baba's presence and the presence that he is a soul Baba blessed to have. It was being with a human being that had just a wonderful peace, a wonderful spontaneity of just this normal, regular, down-to-earth, highly, highly, highly dedicated man to God. And he had some very lovely, intimate conversations with us. And just so real. I regret I didn't go up to him and say, gee, we'll never meet again probably, but I don't get a chance to meet somebody like you too often. And really, thank you for the 3 days we spent together. Now and then we all meet somebody that's so exceptionally, the heart and the mind and the soul and the whole being is so finely tuned to the divine. And these are just words I can't really put the real words I'm trying to really express, although I try to point to those 3 days that we spent. I just loved being with Bill and his wife. His wife also was this extraordinary, opulent, strong woman who just also was very moving, quiet, yet very verbal at times. And those 3 days at the Pines and the Kleins were just, to have a chance to be with somebody who was so close to Baba and did so much for Baba and loved Baba. And you could see, as we just saw in this video, the family and the communion and the connection and it's impossible to miss the beauty of his eyes, and with Erich and with his wife and with children, and oh my. So I just appreciate, that's not even the words that come close. I'm very grateful to Baba that some of us could have had much more time than I had with Bill LePage. An exquisite, that doesn't even touch Bill. Just one of the most beautiful, wonderful human beings I've ever met in my life. And just grounded, so grounded, with a very strong background in his professional career as a psychologist. And yet just one of us. That's such an exquisite, just one of us, way above us. I really appreciate this time together. I had no idea that beautiful, beautiful part of his life we would be able to see together. So, Jai Baba Bill, thank you, Baba, for giving us such a beautiful soul, and his wife, and those around him, and everybody here too. Everybody here. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. Beautiful. Thank you. What's to say? Words are inadequate. There's no question. But nicely done. Elizabeth, Jai Baba.
I just muted myself again. I just wanted to mention one other thing that really hit me in the comments that were made during the memorial, again by Diana. And she was talking about when Bill actually passed, the time exactly. And when they had people in and whatever, and he was breathing his last, those ragged breaths that happened toward the end. And I'm not sure exactly, but she for some reason, she had leaned over Bill. I don't know whether she was giving him water or whispering something or trying to hear him. And he was resting on her and she was holding him. And the nurse said to her, "He's gone." So I'm sorry, I'm going to crack up. He breathed his last breath into Diana's arms. It was just really touching, her telling of what happened. Anyway, Jai Baba.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Jai Baba. Yeah, I'm so deeply moved by, I don't know what, but I'm grateful to be here. Ron, Jai Baba.
Jai Baba, I wanted to bring something up that hasn't been mentioned all that much today. And for me, it was definitely one of the most important contributions that Bill gave to the Baba family, past, present, and the future, which was his contribution of the extensive publications and books and videos, films. This is before, he started doing this well before it was really kind of easy to do it. Baba gave him the inspiration to share Baba with the world and also among the lovers of Baba. And few people, I think, have ever done quite as much as Bill LePage. And I know I have benefited greatly from reading those books and seeing those films more than once. It was just brilliant and heartfelt work for Baba. So thank you, Bill, and everybody else that helped him in the process. And thanks for this time to remember him.
I might add into that something which a lot of people don't know, and that is Bill was extremely close to Monty and all of the Baba's real family there, and Bill supported them financially through a great deal of time, a lot of different, from the early days all the way forward, always. And that's how Mayor Handcrafts, all the different things that came in that started bringing money in, all that money went over to India to take care of the Mandali or whatever Monty and Erich needed done. It was just a constant flow of money going towards them. And that really was, anything to do with Jal or anyone forward, everybody had money issues, and it was all taken care of with Bill making this huge effort in the Baba community, which is really a blessing. And he really had so many ideas how to streamline different things and fix this and that. And he was just a live wire with different things, just wonderful. And one of the things that always kind of amused me was after his trip to be there with Francis and Bill were together with Baba afterwards sent him off with, I think it was Adi, to go see the Elora Caves. And Bill would shake his head and said, I don't really know why he sent me off to see the Elora Caves, but I went there and I looked at everything, but it dawned on me immediately that here Bill was turning the key, but when the key is turned, it might take generations of people to, bring forth all of the change that takes place. It's one of those things that we can't know time and what the avatar has to do with it all, but it's just absolutely fabulous as far as all the things Bill started or took place, organized. He was like the electrical stimulus for everything. It was quite incredible. So there's a whole nother side of Bill that often you don't know outside of the books and things like that, which is really incredible. Yeah.
One other thing that is probably, among the things that I remember most with reading Bill when he was telling about his times with communicating with Baba and Baba giving him orders and all these different things. He once asked Baba about how much money should he make, something to that effect. And my recollection was that Baba said, that doesn't really matter. Just make as much as you want, but take care of your worldly duties for your family, you and your family, and then everything else that's left over, just use it for Baba work. Simple. and I think it sounds like that's what he carried through.
It's true. He was definitely one-pointed, and that was all on Baba all the time. It was just beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just an amazing thing to think about, a person that had such depth, internal life. I saw the fireworks in that beautiful film that Joe showed, and I just felt like it was Baba's love exploding in his heart. And so when you talk about him as a live wire, I get that whole thing in my mind, but just the balance of a person, how fortunate to see someone who has this almost hidden side, helping Francis to build in Australia, and all the work that he did with his hands. But when Buzz spoke of his tribute to Bill, he talked about all the internal work that Bill had done on himself. And then this amazing balance that we get to see and be with, of somebody who has so much. And it just grew, with Baba's watering, all of that just grew, and we got to be the witness. And everybody's story is just bringing home that point of what a witness gets to enjoy. So I don't know, anybody? I'm going to shut up. Ralph, good morning. Che Baba, Ralph.
Hey, Baba. Well, to my experience of Bill, which was mostly as a nearby observer, I tell you, like you say, that I used to marvel and envy how there could have just a tiny drop of the energy and the go power that he had. And yet, I only was aware of a fraction of the work that was going on. You know, I vaguely had some awareness of Maher handicrafts. I didn't know Bill that he was helping the Mandali as I'm hearing from all of you here today. And I thought, God, it's all I can do to stay awake, even when I'm excited about something. I'm so tired. How does this man persevere? He is obviously blissfully happy in what and unashamed. He is free. He's just free. And I said, what's wrong with me? And then when I heard the recording of the memorial on the what's today? Today is Sunday. When was that Bill passed away, and a recording was played of Charlie was involved in that, perhaps. And Bill tells, I think it's in his own voice, or it may be someone reading from Bill's story of being with Baba perhaps in 54 and sitting there. And we saw a photograph or a film of that today of Bill looking at Baba amongst a crowd of Western, mostly men, I think maybe all men. And Baba is looking down and has his hands kind of, I can't show myself. Baba. Bill has his hand. Baba's looking down, and his hands are out like he's caught in the stillness of something. And Baba has a very entreating expression in his face. And Bill, and there, from the camera's view, you see Bill on the other, and his eyes, his focus. The word rivet doesn't even touch what I see there. He is so absorbed in his vision of Baba. And then that picture came to mind when Bill, in the memorial, I heard Bill recount a moment of seeing Baba and Baba freezing like that in an expression, and Bill having a thought. What was the thought? Bill said the thought he shared was that he had, as he gazed on Baba, the thought flashed, oh, Baba, if you could just stay that way, let me have the moment of this image of you permeate those weren't his words, I'm paraphrasing, and it did. And Bill felt this, he said, I felt like what was like a great electric shock just shoot through me from head to toe. And I was absorbed and bathed in Baba's love and really lost it to the world. But it came back, you know. It made me think that's just one of, I mean, that's an extraordinary, experience, you might say. But Bill stayed close to Baba. And there's a poem that Fareshte interpreted of Hafiz that I stole. She hasn't published this yet. But I heard her read it, and I went back to the recording of this poetry reading and wrote and replayed it a jillion times to get the words. It's pretty good. It made me think of why Bill could share what he did was because he got it. Baba had shared it. It was in him from Baba. And this is Hafiz's words. We did not taste the nectar of his lips, and he departed. We did not gaze upon his glowing face to our heart's content, and he left us. It seemed he grew fairly tired of our talking, packed his belongings, and before we could reach the dust of his trail, he was gone. Since we kept reciting the prayers for the dead and traveling for the dead and travelers, and blew the F.A. Surah, which is, I think, a Muslim prayer for the dead, and blew the F.A. Surah after him, he had gone. He said, do not lift your obedient head from my commands. We did not lift our heads from reading his commands, and we lost him. He tricked us and said, I will not leave this blessed house. See how in the end we fell for his trick, and he left. He strutted in the garden of grace and tenderness. Well, she says strutted. I don't know. In the West, that's a hard word. He dwelled in the garden of grace and tenderness. However, we did not stroll in the garden of his union, and we lost him. He said, one must cut oneself off from oneself if one desires union with me. In hopes of union with him, we cut ourselves from ourselves, and we lost him. The delicate beauty of his face is the result of God's artful creation. Yea, the delicate beauty of his face is the result of God's artful creation. We did not get to gaze upon his face to our full satisfaction, and we lost him. Like Hafiz, we moaned and we wailed every night and regretted to have not attained his union. J-Bob, that's Hafiz. I feel like that Bill had gained something of that he had gotten what his heart's. I can't say, but he could go and go. To share a bit more, in the 70s, I don't remember which year in the 70s, it was early on, that trip to Aurangabad. Now, Bill told, when was that Bill went to Aurangabad? Was that at Baba's command, or he went with Adi, is that right? Trip to Aurangabad? Well, there was a trip to Aurangabad on a bus, and Erich orchestrated this trip and was the host. And Bill was a member of the party. And he stayed glued to Erich every minute. He was with Erich talking, and they were in conversation almost continuously. We started out early in the morning. We got back to Ahmednagar late in the night. And on the way home, riding on the bus, just before Bob Brown had married, and he and I were buddies. We were fast companions. We were together a great deal and happened to be in India together at that time. We were sitting at the back of the bus, as was Erich and Bill were sitting in the seat right in front of us. So they were engaged in talking. It got dark. We could barely see them. And I was feeling so tired. And I'm notoriously bad about falling asleep. When I get tired, forget it. And I was fighting for all I was worth from the heart not to fall asleep and during listening to their conversation. But Bill, there was no end. I said, who can go on like this? Early in the morning, here it is. Most people are dead after. I can't live through something like this. And he and Erich were just going and go. And one story, one idea, they covered the world of topics to include personal stories of Baba. And I thought, this is just too amazing. I became delirious. And I was thinking, Baba hammering his thigh for to get those poems to bow, And I was just inwardly beating my head on the floor of the bus to try and stay awake, be alert, and couldn't even follow the conversation. I think Bob was doing a little better than I. He was hanging in there and even get a word in edgewise once in a great while. And I said, I've got to get a word in edgewise or I'll be humiliated. I'll never have faith in myself. And I'm not sure if I ever did or not. And that was Bill. He is a fireball. And he brought Erich to us through those publications. And for so many people can now experience the feeling of Erich's presence and his devotion to Baba. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. What a fantastic share, Ralph. Thank you. You certainly described that state where you become delirious is the best way. I totally agree. Those men were just astounding how they brought it. And like you said, that incredible presence and fieriness that Baba just lit in them. And the rest of us were just embers at the side of the road, but they kept traveling. Thank you. Thank you. Jai Baba.
Is there a link or how do we access that and that memorial, that video of that you're talking?
Yeah, I think that, let me see. I know that there was, Jim put something in, and I also have one more short piece to show. So yeah, I think the memorial link on the abode is available on YouTube.
Oh,
So,
there.
yeah.
It's on
So
the
if
Abode website, is what Jim says. It's on the Abode website. So, okay.
video, the memorial is available as a YouTube video with the link that was sent out, but on the Abode website. I don't know. I put it in. I put in YouTube Bill LePage, I think memorial. Pardon me, and I pulled it up because I wanted to watch something again. But I can help you with it, Bet, if that doesn't get it for you. So I just wanted to take another moment, the last moment here, unless someone has something else, and just show you this. And again, Jim, who is in Australia and has helped bring this incredible memorial to the United States in all his work. This is one of the things he sent forward, so I'm going to play it. This is the story.
It's going now, so you can tell the story.
After 2 sleepless nights, I finally got the remainder of the Australian group, which contained the ones that are already, the Rouses, for example, who had met Barbara already, a part of the total group that came to the East-West gathering. And the remainder of the group of the Australians came in the afternoon of the, if I remember rightly, the second day to file before Barbara and embraced or read him as they wished. I don't remember whether they all were embraced by Barbara. I don't know. The only thing that happened was that my family, meaning Joan and the 3 children, we were at the end of this group of Australians finally being with Barbara.
So you were at the end of the line.
I was the end of the line, and of course I was also the end of the family.
Yeah.
Joan and the 3 children were far before Barbara and were embraced by him, from what I remember. And then I came thinking that that's what would happen with me. And Barbara, I stopped in front of Barbara, prepared to be embraced, and Barbara gestured to
like that,
the end of towards his feet. And I thought, oh, wonderful. So I immediately went down full length on the dais, the platform where Barbara was seated, with my head at his feet. And I was so happy, and I thought this was wonderful, and I was there. And then after, I don't know how long, I don't remember how long I lay there, but I suddenly thought, I should get up. I can't just continue to lie here. So I got up, looked at Barbara, and Barbara again gestured like that. And then, and somehow that conveyed to me what Barbara wanted me to do. And I gestured towards the two people were seated each side of Baba. And I said, yes, we're from Australia, from down under. And Baba smiled.
Got it.
And I moved on.
Jai Baba.
Jai Baba.
Hey, Baba.
That's lovely.
All right. If anybody has anything else they'd like to share, but it's been a wonderful time spending an hour and a half remembering this amazing giant soul that we got to be with and learn from and love. So if we want to just take a moment of silence. Jai Baba, gratitude to our beloved.
Hey, Baba.
Hey, Baba. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
EJ, Avatar,
Baba Ki Jai.
Avatar,
Avatar
Meher
Meher
Baba
Baba
Ki
Ki
Jai.
Jai.
Avatar Meher Baba
Ki Jai. Thank you,
Oh,
Bobby. Thank you, Ruth.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thank you, Ruth.
Charlie. Thank you, Betty. Thank you, Ralph. Thank you, Baba.
Thank you.